G'day everyone, Pheonix back here again in OpenTTD. Welcome back to Pheonix City, where it all began, and where it seems fitting that it all comes to an end. This will be the final episode of the series, and quite fittingly it also is the final episode for Dreading Stoke Island oil rig. And I can't remember if any of our ships were actually trying to load there, but I'm sure we'll find out in a minute. But yes, what are we doing in Pheonix City? Well, while I was renewing 50 bazillion old trains, hold on, let's see if we can find them. Yeah, look at them all. Yep, they're all on the way back to the depot to be replaced with these buggers, the Electro Stars. But yes, that was definitely a wake-up call, because we are not making as much money as we should be to replace all those trains, and thus we are in a lot of debt. And I mean a lot of debt. Like, I've paid that down from 8.1 million. But yes, I got a number of messages saying that Pheonix City Brickworks was no longer accepting clay. And I remembered it's because we're quite happily dumping clay here, but not actually taking any goods. So in the PBI industry chain, which is the clay to bricks and the gravel to bricks with clay, if you do not take the output of an industry, the industry will slow down and stop accepting, because he is only producing goods at a very low rate because no one's doing anything with them. So in that way, it is very similar to transport fever, which I quite like. But of course, we keep tipping clay in there, but not actually doing anything with the goods. So I will just set up a sneaky little goods route into Pheonix City proper, because yeah, we're really smashing the clay trains in here at the moment, and yeah, eventually it will stop accepting clay, and then I'll have something else to complain about beyond the bloody steel mill, because as we know, that steel mill is constantly, I'm not accepting coal. Actually, I will accept coal. Oh no, I won't, I'm just kidding, I'm not accepting coal anymore. Ha, jokes, I'll accept coal again. Oh, did I say I'd accept coal? I'm not accepting coal. So yeah, we'll just quickly set up a couple of goods trucks on this route, and hopefully that will solve that problem there. Well, we forgot to give you guys a depot. Not that it's going to matter, because yeah, we're going to be winding things up today. I imagine we're going to sell the company off to some poor chump. See, this bloke here is taking the clay back again, which means he is not making any money. So, you know, and look, we've learned a lot of lessons in this episode. Let's be perfectly honest. We've learned that passenger destinations do not agree with my style of network building, because I like building pretty networks, and passengers don't give a damn about pretty. They just want to get to where they're going. See, this bloke here is just hemorrhaging money as well. One thing that has not helped us is the fact that a lot of the industries on this map are very underperforming. Exhibit A, and there's just no way around that, short of having very short, pathetic little trains that don't actually make any money. So that's been a little bit disappointing. So let's just get rid of all those trains. Why did I click on you? I don't want you. Actually, that train looked lost. Let's probably go back to find that train. I have no idea where that train is. I'm pretty sure you guys are all slated for replacement too, aren't you, heading back to a depot? Yes, you are, eventually, when you figure it out. But yes, I could not figure out why all these trains were lost. So I don't know why they all keep trying to turn around at Suningdon. Can't figure it out. I'm just beyond caring at this point. It's sort of like, well, I've made a mess somewhere, and I don't want to pick up the pieces. Incidentally, I found out why all of the Pendolinos were ending up on this line. They were all coming into this platform straight out of the depot, and then because their next stop was Broly City, and this bit of track wasn't here, they were taking a little bit of track onto this network to try and get to Broly City. So that was 100% my fault, and I apologise to all of the Pendolinos I insulted and called stupid. But those that we do have running on the correct route are actually making a lot of money, and I'm very proud of them. See, I mean, even this bloke here is running mostly empty, 120 odd grand. So those guys are doing well, but as you can see, it's just not making up for the deficit from all of our loss-making freight trains. And if we look at profit last year, okay, well, you're doing well. Yeah, we've just got a lot of trains that are underperforming. What are you doing? No, you're another one that somehow ended up stuck over there and I didn't realise. Rack 'em, frack 'em. Well, you're another one. Okay. I thought I caught you all. No, go back to the depot. Yeah, bye-bye. Yes, I thought I caught them all, but clearly not. So that would be why you guys are losing money. That's a bit of a whoopsie. How many of you are there? There's 11. So I've just sold one, so there's supposed to be 12. And I can't even afford to buy new ones because we're flat broke. It doesn't help that these guys are costing us 100 grand a year when they get lost. So, you know, I think that has definitely been a big dent in our finances, is propping up these trains when they're, you know, on the wrong route because of my poor station design here. You know, they've just been pissing the money away. But you know, you look at this iron ore train. He's lost us 100 grand last year. It's just not feasible to keep going like this. And you know, we're reaching a natural conclusion point of the game. We've sort of connected. Oh, that's a lot of lag. I zoomed out way too much there. We've sort of connected everything on the map up as best we can. I mean, I've probably got a few routes that I could still put into place. I mean, this region of the map here could probably do with a direct connection up here. But at the end of the day, I'm tired. I just want to start a new game. I want to try something new. We're going to have a different map. We're going to have different trains. But I'll talk about all that at the end of the video. We will see this episode out in Broadley City Bank to Broadley City Bank. Apparently Broadley City is big enough that it has two banks. That would have been, well, that is an excellent subsidy. I just realised it's just been offered. So where is the other one? Let's try and set that up. Where's subsidies? It's up here somewhere. No, that's news. Is it industries? No. No. There it is, subsidies. It's the same thing. In fact, there's two of them. Broadley City Bank to Broadley City Bank and Broadley City Bank to... Wow, there's a lot of banks here. Okay, let's connect all of them up. That might actually get us some good coin. So where was the first bank? That was down here. Mail, food, goods. Now, we needed to accept valuables, please. Put it right outside. Then you can't miss, can you? So connect a bit of road up there. So that's one bank connected. Is that a bank? There's a bank there. Okay, good. Put another one there. And then we just need a third truck stop up here somewhere. So I'll put that in there. And I'm assuming we can get a bit of road going this way. I'm hoping so. We'll just knock down that land there. So that way they can go around the block there. And then we'll just have to figure out who wants to go where. So the first subsidy was Broadley City Bank there to the one in the centre. That we can do. Let's get a road vehicle depot. That seems a logical place to build it. And let's find some armoured vans. What have we got? Mail. No, you would naturally just carry mail. Here we go. Armoured something or other. Valuables. Good. Yes, make it happen. So you, sir, Broadley City North to Broadley City Central. Quite fitting names. And that is your depot there. And we'll send out 4 on that route. Good. And what was the other one? That was Broadley City Bank at the south to the one in the north. Okay, so we'll set up another 4 doing that. And then just for completeness sake, we'll set up a couple from the middle, even though it's not a subsidy, just because we can. So you will go down there, north to south. Yeah, I'll back that. That's a pretty good call. So we'll send 4 out on that one. And then we'll get another 4 going from, what do we have, south to central. So we can connect up all the banks. And valuables, very good source of income. So we might actually be able to sell this company for more than $20. You know, optimism. So send them out. That is all good. So hopefully we can secure that subsidy. Oh, I forgot to replace all the road vehicles between episodes because I ran out of money and got the shits. So, you know, good stuff us. We'll just ignore all them and hope they go away by themselves. And, you know, build more road vehicles. Are any of you actually carrying valuables? You're carrying 5. Well, that should be enough to secure the subsidy. So that will get us a bit of much needed money because I'm still trying to pay down the loan again. Ship 9, well, you can just sit on it, mate. I thought I replaced you. And I tried to. Yes, you have been sent to the train depot, so if you could, you know, make that happen, that would be fantastic. Yeah, okay, good for you. Now, let's see. Well, let's do. No, I don't care about Ship 6 or Road Vehicle 17. I'm waiting for the subsidy message to pop up saying, hey, you got the subsidy, congratulations. No, that's just a lot of vehicles losing money. That's good to know. Yep. Okay. That's cool. Fantastic. Okay. Don't really care. Phoning it in today. Yep. Okay. Oh, that's great. Kind of interested in the subsidy. You know what? Let's just open the subsidy window. See, we got it. Yes. Success. That's actually the longest route. I don't know why this one hasn't ticked over yet, but... oh no, that's the one that's already subsidised. This is the one we're still trying to get. That makes more sense. Learn to read, T-Nick, you dingus. Let's just pay down a bit more of the loan so they're not paying as much in interest, and just keep ignoring loss-making trains. See, these poor clay trains, they're really suffering because the clay pit, well, this one closed, and the one clay pit we've got left is just not producing enough. We just need better industries to produce more. Otherwise, there's really no point in running trains at all. We may as well just run road vehicles. Maybe that's what happened in real life. Freight trains went the way of the dodo, and road vehicles took over. So how are you doing? You're one of the new Pendolinos. I had to replace a few loco-hauled trains on the Broly City to Windberg Bay City corridor, and I just slapped down some more Pendolinos. Didn't bother putting it on camera because I figured we've already seen them built before. They are a marvelous train, and I mean, this one's not making a lot of money, but they're all doing quite well for themselves. So, yeah, quite happy with that. I just don't think it's going to be enough to save the company from the pit of despair that is all of the loss-making trains that we've suffered to this point. So that should be both subsidies? Yes, good. So how much money are they actually making? 1,500, $2,000. Yeah, you know what? As long as you're paying for yourself, I don't really mind. You're doing quite well. So yeah, we put in a buttload of one of these Electrostars on the commuter routes to try and improve them, but they're still having this issue where they, for some reason, can't understand this part of their orders, and I don't know why. And I've just realized why. And let's fix that now, because some dum-dum did not make the platform here third rail. So of course they're leaving Suningdon, and their next stop is Broly City. So they're coming all the way up here, and then trying to get all the way back to Suningdon again, and then trying to go to their next stop, which is Pleasbrook Valley. So, complete rookie error. No, you don't need to go to the depot. You can go to your platform now, can't you? Now what's the problem? Are we missing a bit of track somewhere? Oh, you're trying to go to Pleasbrook Valley. That's my bad. Yeah, you're all trying to go to Pleasbrook Valley. So eventually they will correct themselves and hopefully go back to turning a profit. Because they were doing quite well until I, completely buggered them up. I was actually quite happy with that commuter route. That's one thing you can be sure of working with passenger destinations is the commuter routes. That and these all stations electric trains, they are going great guns. 165 grand. In fact, they're only 10 years old, but when they do get old, we'll be looking at Pendolinos for them for sure, because we've just got so many passengers. 3,000 via Gardingway. Don't tell me they're all waiting for the bus. Oh, they are. Okay, well, at least we know that bus route has been exceptionally successful. Even the one via Suningdon's doing great. So that's definitely no, you're Suningdon as well. Treeside Slopes, here we go. This is the one. Yeah, so this route here is making an incredible amount of money, and I think we need way more buses on all of these routes. So let's go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, we'll send more out there because those 3,000 people aren't going to move themselves, mostly because they're lazy sods. And let's have a look at you. You guys are all making reasonable money. We'll chuck another 2 on this route here because, that's clearly working for us. And where were the other... What are you? Suningdon to Gardingway. So we just need Treeside Slopes to Suningdon. They were doing quite well for themselves as well. And there it is right there. So they're all making 40 grand a year. Yes, please. Put me down for several more of those. Let's go another 4. It's a shorter route. Should be fine. Yes, that is quite a success story, actually. I wish I'd noticed that sooner and put more buses on. Ha! Sooner, Suningdon. Ha, 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 ha. Shut up and play the game, Pheonix. I know. I can hear you. Good, we can't expand Suningdon because, well, there's an engineer's yard in the way. But as you've seen, one of these trains has finally made a drop-off there. So it does seem that these... Okay, you're not back to normal. You're not back to normal. Well, he's back to normal. This one knows what he's doing. Yeah, so hopefully that'll see them come back into profit as well. I can't believe that was such a rookie mistake there. That was not third rail. Something so simple. I swear I've played this game before. I know what I'm doing. That farm is still woefully underproducing. The steel mill is still a massive embarrassment to everybody because we are still suffering an oversupply of coal. And there are just no new iron ore mines anywhere on the map. I mean, we keep having sawmills pop up everywhere. Or in this case, another sawmill. Plenty of coal mines around, just no iron ore. Maybe this map was just not built on an iron vein. I don't know. Plenty of coal mines. I mean, as you've seen, we've got another 2 up here, which we should probably just find a power station to connect them up to. Oh, there goes Great Lesningham oil rig. Yeah, I know you don't accept coal anymore. Ideally, what we'd do is we'd put a power station in the catchment of these stations so that when they do stop accepting coal, the coal just goes to the power station. In fact, how much does it cost to fund a new power station? That is the wrong button. Fund new industry. What if we wanted to pay for our own power station? That would cost us $11 million. So it's a nice idea, but yeah, probably not viable. But that is one thing I like to do when playing with this industry set, is I like to find a steel mill with a conveniently located power station. And if you have the station name closer to the steel mill than the power station, the cargo will default to the steel mill until it stops accepting coal. Then any excess coal will go to the power station. So in a perfect world, we'd have a power station right here. Obviously, that has not happened, and we don't even have a power station nearby to sort of run an overflow route to, like we could have all the coal trains come in here, unload, and then just go up the line to the power station and back. So if they had excess coal, we would be hunky-dory. But unfortunately, yeah, things have not panned out for us in that way, or in many other ways. We do have a couple of forests over here. Are they 200 tonne of wood? 36 tonne of wood, but 200 tonne of wood, that's not bad. Do we have a sawmill over here we can do something with? We've got a lot of industries up here, and none of them are helpful because Donderberg Bay absolutely loathe us, and that's their loss as far as I'm concerned. We could run it down to the wharf and then chuck it on a ship. How's this wood train going, by the way? He's doing quite well for himself when he makes an unload. That's okay. Train 83. Oh, yeah, you guys are all not long for this world. Bye-bye. Train 129. I swear I replaced you as well. Yeah, you're still trying to go back to a depot. Still, You keep on plugging away there, buddy. Yep, you're making your way to the depot too. Yeah, eventually we will be rid of all these old trains, and they will only be the new Electrostar model, which all should start making money now that I've fixed that route. See, there you go, 109 grand. This is what happens when you actually get it right. And how about you guys on the other line? Yep, you guys are doing well too, and you've actually cleared out Strathaven Heights, which is a surprise, because when I first started the game today, there were 3,000 people waiting there as well, so that's doing remarkably well as well. And let's just pay off the rest of our loan. There we go, so we're back in the green, so it wasn't as hard to save the company as I expected. That was actually blissfully easy. Now I'm suspicious about what else I've done wrong. Wow, we've got quite the queue of armoured trucks trying to get into Broly City North here. You do realise some of you could go around the block the other way, right? Just saying. Well, there goes Pesbrook Factory. I really don't think Pesbrook is hurting for industries at this point. They literally have industries everywhere. What are you doing? Oh, you're the plastic ship. Okay, so you're making money. Not a lot of money, but you're making money. That's the important thing. I've got another forest over here. We can plumb into the wood line. That's something we can do. Basically, anything we can do to increase the value of the company for when I inevitably sell it off. Okay, well, it's worth 76 million. Let's not look that gift horse in the mouth. So we will set up another log run here. We'll set up a let's say 7-tile station there. That's third rail. We definitely don't want third rail. We just want normal rail, please. Yes, and we want non-track tiles. Nice rural buffer stop there. And then we'll just work our way around this hill here over to the freight line that we have already set up. In fact, we may as well just tunnel through it. We're only going to have the one train running on this line, so don't have to worry about signals or passing loops or any of that schmozzle. And we'll bring you down, have a nice little junction here. And you're going back for another go at unloading clay, aren't you? Yeah, good luck with that, fella. 166 grand lost last year. You're clearly not one of our performing trains. And that's okay. You were a bit of a long shot when we set you up. I thought you'd do better. You didn't. This is one of our mail trains. That should be making 211 grand. Not doing as well as I would have expected. But that's okay. That's okay. We're going to take a lot of lessons away from this game. First of all, mail trains are the shiz. You know, we definitely need more of them. That one, maybe not, but the rest of them, yes. Now, I think this is the depot on the goods line we've been using. And we'll go the 66 again, because that seems to be a suitable freight engine. And then we'll just go a lot of timber wagons, because why the hell not? 5-tile train, 240 tonne, that should be enough timber there. Yeah, so we'll... where was your forest? It was over here somewhere. There it is. Cool. I remember what I'm doing. It's fine. And did we refit you to carry wood? If not, we have now. And then you, sir, will bring all the logs down here to this sawmill here. And then obviously you belong to the depot that you're coming out of, which is just here. So send you on your way. You can clog up the already clogged up goods line, because we've double tracked most of it. I mean, we've probably got enough trains on this line that we can double track the whole thing. But on the other hand, we're sort of running few freight trains at a reasonable length. So, I mean, I'm not seeing too much of a log jam around here, and it would be very expensive to raise all that up. Yeah, see this clay train not doing as well as he used to. How about you? You were quite a success story. Yeah, you were initially doing all right. You're not doing as well now. So we've got this bloke here waiting for access, but again, we've got this issue here where we've got, where we're going to have issues with the raising of the land. See, that itself, very expensive. Not a huge fan. Now that won't flood there. No, that's okay. And of course, we'll have to rejig this tunnel here to double track this section. Hopefully none of the trains get too confused with that. Quickly. And you're going to go up there. Oh, hello, here comes another train. Quickly. We can get away with this. No, okay. Get rid of it. There we go. Yeah, okay, good. And quickly put a large bridge in here. Viaduct concrete, that'll do fine. Very good. So then, yes, that's... now we're missing a set of points there for the clay train. Are we? No, because the clay train goes that way on that track, so that's okay. Good. And then we just got to put in a few more signals to make up for the ones we've just gotten rid of. So we'll drag a bunch out here. And then again up on this line here. Yeah, put one in before the bridge, after the bridge, and anywhere in between. So that should reduce a bit of bottlenecking in this area. Really not too keen to fix that bit. That would cost a lot of money. And then the rest of it should be double track, I'm pretty sure. Double track. Yeah, and then it goes single through Pinshaw, but obviously that's because we're a bit pressed for space. Because we've got the electric line on this side and the diesel line on this side. Still have a hell of a lot of people interchanging at Pinshaw going to Windberg Bay City Terminal. So we might want to put on another couple of electric trains. And that means Pendolino. Not Pendolino, sorry. Pendolino. That's the electric version of the Bombardier Voyager. So let's go some high-speed carriages. No, we've spent all our money on the Pendolino. That's fine. Let's try again. So let's go... Oh, I like the fact that it's got pantograph in the middle. That's cute. And we've run out of money again. Okay. So let's go one more carriage. Yes, there we go. We've got the money. 4-tile train. That should be plenty. And we'll just have you share his orders there. And actually, this is our first Pendolino. So this should not only reduce a bit of pressure on this line here, but also look freaking cool while it's doing it. Yeah, full load there, please. Yeah, nice large amount of people. Got to get that money coming in. Yeah. So yeah, as you can see, visually very similar to the Voyager up there. But of course, this one here goes a lot faster than the current electric train, so he will eventually catch up to the one in front, and that will be a bit of an issue. Yeah, you know what? I really don't have the money to replace all of the existing electric trains with Pendolinos at this stage, so he's just going to have to deal. Oh, here we go. First good service from Avon Low Food Processing Plant to Little Ratminster. Okay, well that's something we can do with trucks quite easily. We don't need many trucks because we're not delivering much grain. But again, that is just a nice little thing we can do to bring in a little bit more cash. So I'll put a drive-through truck stop in here and connect that up to the town roads. And how are we going to get out of town? We'll go up this side here and we'll come down this way. We should probably put an unloading terminal in first just in case this town hates us. Will that accept food? No. Is it food or goods we're transporting? Goods, okay. I don't know why it says it accepts food. In fact, does anyone at Little Ratminster accept goods? Okay, well this subsidy doesn't work because we can't put this anywhere that accepts goods. Okay, good work, game. Normally it doesn't set up a subsidy, unless you can actually deliver the goods. No pun intended. So, let's just ignore that idea and just move on with our life because we can't actually follow through. 5,100 people here. Can we do something about that? Avon Low and Nanborough. So even though we put the faster trains on and increased capacity on both these lines, it has made very little difference. How are the trains doing that visit this station? Oh, there's a lot of them. Okay, well, you guys are losing money. Where are you coming from? What are you doing? I've got so many trains I don't actually know where they go anymore. So you go from... Oh, you're the train that goes from Pesbrook to... Oh, zoomed out too much and got the lag. Pesbrook to Fronbrook up here. Although there aren't a lot of people at Fronbrook. Where are they going? Yeah, Winport City Valley. So they should all be catching the HST. And, well, no wonder you're losing money. You're not carrying anything. Pendolinos. Oh, you guys are the lost ones. Yeah, we'll get rid of you. And what are you doing in a depot? You're one of the lost ones as well. Okay, we had a lot more lost ones than I thought. That's not great. Hey, look at that. The Turbo Star we put on this back line here is actually making money now. That's a nice surprise. Maybe we should put another couple of them on. Yeah, you know what? I mean, it's only made $7,000, but at least it's making money. I'll take that. So why don't we go ahead and get another couple of them? Because, yeah, we sort of only put 2 on and then forgot about it. So let's chuck another 2 on that line, and hopefully we can get some more people moved up there. Because, yeah, that area here, up here, the Menley, Teedingstoke, Garwich area, went from having a lot of trains to, well, practically none. Train 11 is getting old. You're one of our good performers, aren't you? Okay, you're an adequate performer. You're a lumber train. You're doing the best you can. I can't really fault you for that. Now, we've got a lot of electric trains running down here. Has the Pendolino made it down here yet, I wonder? Is that it? Yes, it is. Good. And so far, it's just lost $23,000. So, I'm really glad I spent the money on that. You should be due for scrapping. Oh, yes, this was the trial HST that had its own little... No, don't send it back into service. No, just scrap it. Yeah, and it came due for replacement, and I figured, well, it was just a trial we forgot about. Oh, valuables no longer subsidised. Boo! Hopefully those trucks continue to make money, though. All of our new buses are turning a profit. Some of our valuables trucks are already making a loss. Go team! But the ones that are making a profit are $20,000, yeah. So even with the subsidy being ended, $38,000, they should be just fine. And how about our goods trucks down here at Pheonix City here? Yeah, they're still doing all right, just waiting on a few more clay deliveries, but hopefully that will help the brickworks produce a little bit more. How's this clay truck doing up here? Yeah, he's basically handling the entire output of the clay pit all on his lonesome. So, good job you. And here comes a clay delivery now. So this is one of our profit-making clay trains, which is, at this stage, a very nice surprise. And yeah, big shout out to this Pheonix City power station that is still holding on even, long after all the other coal mines have gone. And in fact, that's how we're going to finish the series. We've got these 2 coal mines here. We've got this stalwart power station down here that has been with us since day one. That's how we're going to go out. We're going to go back to our roots, and we're reconnecting a power station that time forgot. Unless, of course, the city hates us and refuses to let us build a station. No, it doesn't. Good. That's reassuring there. So let's just go with a 5-tile station here because we're not really flush with room. And then we need to come up here and connect up to the goods line like this. And you know what? Some of these tiles probably had track on them a long time ago, back when we first connected this up. I remember we had a big sweeping row station around here somewhere. And it interfaced with the passengers, and it was just a bit of a mess. But we were a new start company. We were doing what we could with what we had, and now we're a big bloated bureaucracy that is not doing what it can with what it has. It is just hemorrhaging money. So progress. I don't know. So good. So we've got the unloading station set up there. Now we'll just scoot up the map here. to find these coal mines. So we've got this one here. Of course, that's on the passenger line, so we'll have to hook it into the goods network, and ditto for this one. So we should be able to run a line down here, around here, and connect up to this line. So we'll probably go double track, just because we'll be running the extra trains. And then, of course, we'll need to come up here. Will that work? It will if I do that. Problem solved. Bring that up like that, and then, of course, we'll bring this out like this, and then put another tied arch bridge in so they match, he says, as he builds the concrete viaduct, because it looks cool. So run this down like this, and then, of course, we'll need to get rid of that signal there, and we'll need to have a set of points in here so everyone can switchy. Now let's see, that's incoming trains there. They will be on this track, so we need to have a switchy up here as well. No, they won't, because they will be on the left-hand side, you dummy. So yes, that's actually fine. And then, of course, they will split off there or come down this way and onto this track here. And I will have a passing loop here just to ensure that no one gets too upset with everything. So we'll put a passing loop in there, and that should be fine. And then we can just go to single track for the rest of it. So whack down a couple of signals there, signal there, and then, of course, we'll need a signal at the end here. And then we can get rid of this signal because it is useless. And just a couple of intermediates there. Good. Right. Okay. So we're coming down here. We're going to have to bridge across the passenger lines, but that's fine because it's a nice straight section of track, complete with semaphores we never bothered to get rid of because #lazy. Oh, we have two different types of concrete viaduct. I didn't notice that. I think one of them's a separate graphics file there. I think one of them's one of the default bridges that's just changed the skin, and the other one's one I have added. So we'll bring this in here, and then we'll need to somehow put a row station in here. So I reckon if we put this up like this, and then put in a 5-tile station here, that should accept coal, well, supply coal rather. Good. And then we'll run you around in a bit of a loop-de-loop. Bring that around like that, and around like that, and that should connect up nicely. And then we'll keep the track going over to the farm, where we have some trucks that'll get in the way, because of course we will. Now we need a signal there. Not that we're going to have two trains using this, because obviously they'll queue back onto the single track section, but just to make sure they do row and they don't just come in here and turn around and go back out again, because that would be super annoying. And then, of course, we'll need a signal on this track here for the trains coming from this coal mine. So now, hopefully the town isn't going to block us from building a... No, they're quite happy with us there. That's good. Of course, there's a farm in the way. Why wouldn't there be? Back that off there and run the track down like that. Down there. And then, of course, we'll row this one as well, just because that is what we do, even with one train using it. And depending on the coal mine output, we might actually go with 2 trains from this one. 72 tonne of coal. What was this one? 64. Now I'll probably just get away with 1 train on each, and that will be all fine. So again, I'll put a signal in before just to make sure they do go around the circle, because it looks cool. Now the depot we will use, again, we'll have to go back to this one down here at Trundon. Trundon has really done well for itself. It's sort of expanded over to this side of the station and become an exceptionally important interchange. So quite proud of how that town's gone. Now, what do we want? We want the 66 again, because that's a good heavy hauler. And we'll go the Monster Box, because that's just a cool name. I'm assuming that holds a lot of coal. How much coal are we looking at? 250 tonne of coal. That's reasonable. Let's just settle on that. Don't zoom out too much. You'll get lag. Full load up there, please. I may as well send you on your way now. And then come down and unload at Pheonix City. And then, for what it's worth, well, you can't belong to that depot because you'll bypass it. So we can't really give you a depot, can we? Oh well. It's not like we'll be sticking around to see you get old anyway, so that's fine. We'll get a second one of those, please. And instead of loading at Pithatton South, you can load at Dreely Mines, and off you go. So let's just, okay, yeah, there we go. Let's just click on you. No, I don't need any more trucks. No, thank you. I'm not replacing the trucks I have now. I've just sort of given up. So you're limited to 112. I imagine that's the hoppers doing that, because what are you limited to? 112, yeah. Oh, maybe that is the engine. I thought it went faster than 112. Completely understandable though. Heavy freight train, blah 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 blah. Slow, good tractive effort, etc. So you've caught up to the clay train, which has hopefully finally made a delivery, and still lost us money. I hate clay so much. That's just been a disappointment since day one. So we are finally seeing some bottlenecking at this single track section here, but yeah, he'll get moving again in a second. So let's just enjoy the spectacle as our newest train and possibly our last train makes his first trip. And I clearly forgot to expand that station when I should have. So no wonder we've got a log jam here. Now you're gonna cause problems too, aren't you? You silly valuables train. You are not making any money anymore. God, when we started, these valuables trains were paying for himself 10 times over. Now he's barely paying for the crew on it. Jeez, that's pretty poor. How about the passenger trains that are all queuing up behind him? Yeah, you're not doing so well this year, but last year you did well. You did a good job. Yeah, here we go. We got another coal train coming out. It's a race to the junction, which I don't know why it was much of a race. We won that easily. That wasn't too bad. Yeah, well, I couldn't transport it to Little Ratminster because Little Ratminster wouldn't accept goods, you jerk. So now we're not crossing over, we're keeping on going. I don't know my own goods network. That's fine. You only lost 8 grand last year. That's probably pretty good. That's more like it, 126 grand. Of course, this year you've made 200, so this is why we persist with some of these trains, because they only make a delivery every second year or, every 18 months or so. I don't know why you're losing money. You actually lose money when you unload. I don't understand that. Is that because everyone's changing for the boat? Seriously, what is with this game and sawmills? I don't have any forests to jeez. Let's just keep enjoying the coal train spectacle, because that's how we began, and that's how we're going to go out. Yes, losing money. Yes, blah 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 blah. Yes, good for you. Okay. That's to be expected. Yep. Kind of used to it by now. Yeah, passenger destinations do not agree with me. Also, this iron ore train trying to load iron ore at a station that isn't producing iron ore anymore. Probably not good for the bottom line. So we'll get rid of you. Now, that's bad because that means we've got even less iron ore coming down to the steel mill, which means we're going to have even more coal coming to the steel mill. Oh, jeez. Fracking iron ore. We'll get some clay waiting at the station. That's a nice surprise. So this bloke's managed to make it onto the new line while we weren't paying attention. 168. What have you been doing, sunshine? Well, you're carrying a full load of fuel now, so God, I hope you make some money. Ships, maybe not the solution I thought they were. So yes, you will come in here and hopefully load up with a full load of coal eventually. Yep, well, that's definitely a serious armoured truck, but no thank you. It's very good of you to offer. And then in a few minutes we should see the other coal trains start wandering through. 2% loaded. Wow, we might have to fast forward a bit to see this bloke make a drop off. Whoop. Look at how fast the train... I'm pointing at the screen. Why do I keep doing that? Look how fast the train goes on fast forward. Maybe we should... Whoa, look at them go. Maybe we should run all our trains like this. Do I still have HSTs on this line? Huh. Okay, I thought I got rid of them. Oh no, of course they're the Windberg Bay or the Pesbrook Abberton to Fronbrook trains. I keep forgetting those exist. I thought I replaced everything with the Voyagers, but nope, still got them. So you're 37%. How are you doing? 34%. Oh, it's going to be a race to see which coal train goes first. Now, how are we doing on this branch line up here? Because as I recall, you guys were you're losing money inexplicably. I mean, they used to make money, and now they're losing money, and nothing has changed, and I don't know what it is. So, yeah, passenger destinations and I clearly do not get along, and I'm seriously questioning whether we'll be using that in the next save game. That is something I'll have to think about. You are doing quite well for yourself. Okay, so last year you lost money, but that's probably because of the distance you have to travel. But yeah, you've clearly left logs behind, so I'm quite happy with this route. Let's chuck another train on there. Where's a depot I can use? It's probably this one down here at Trundon because I've really, really phoned it in on the old infrastructure on the goods network. So I'll send a second log train out there and then just put a passing loop in on the single track section because Murphy's Law says that one of them will be sitting at this signal here while the other one loads up here. And then, of course, can't go anywhere. Because if someone's sitting at this signal here and there's a train coming down here, he will sit at this signal here, and you'll end up with a Mexican standoff. So we'll just quickly head that off at the pass. Whoop-de-doo, there we go. And we'll put in another couple of one-way signals there to solve that potential issue. But yeah, the freight network is doing very well for itself. I'm quite happy with how much coal and logs we're moving. Train 11 is... Oh, I forgot to replace you, didn't I? Well, that's okay. That's completely fine. But yeah, so Pheonix City, where it all began and where it's all going to end. You know, I mean, we've got our brickworks going strong. I mean, the clay trains themselves might not be making money, but you know, the goods trucks are. I'm pretty sure you're doing all right for yourself. You know, we've got a new coal train set up, and we've got a new clay pit under construction. Is that something we can do something with? In fact, it is. That's quite fitting because, as I said, we want to finish things up in Pheonix. So while we're waiting for our coal train to come in, we may as well connect this clay pit up as well. So what I'll do is I'll just swap these signals over, do it on the cheap, and put a bit of track in here, and then we're gonna have to climb up and over this hill. We're definitely gonna have to climb up and over this hill, unless, hold on, there we go. We can just tunnel through this bit of it here. God knows we've got the money for once that we can sort of do what we want. Now we'll need to bridge over the river here. So we'll put some track up like this, keep it on the level to go over a nice bridge over the river here. You know, keep it scenic, keep it pretty, and then come down the other side. We'll just knock that out of the way there. And yeah, I cannot imagine we'll be having a big train on this line. In fact, we probably should have put trucks on, but I got a soft spot for trains. I like my trains. We'll put a nice rural buffer stop in there as well. And obviously we need a signal at the end of this line that we forgot to put in. And yeah, let's just find a nice cheap train to use. The Type 1, we can still build it, so we don't see why not. And we probably don't need the high capacity hoppers. So we'll just put on 4 of them. What's that? That's 80 ton of clay. That's probably more than this thing's going to produce in any given month. And yeah, we'll just add you to the pile of clay trains going to the brickworks. Off you go. And I still like the Type 1. I think it's a cute little engine. I'm glad we can still build them in 2009. I imagine it's probably not a new one. It's probably one of the ones taken out of service. It's been, you know, refurbished and made new again. New engineers yard under construction, Donberg Bay. Well, Donberg Bay absolutely hate us. 128 ton of clay. Wow, this clay pit's a bloody gold mine, not a clay pit. Good for you, fella. Where are our coal trains? Oh, they're on the way. Okay, cool. Because, as I said, this is how it's going to end, where it began, with a coal train into Pheonix City. If this coal train could go a little faster, that'd be fantastic. But look, until then, we may as well discuss what we're doing with the next series of OpenTTD, because there will be another series. I really like this game. You know, I remember playing Transport Tycoon when I was a kid, and I still love it. Still love the challenge of making an attractive network. I still like the graphics. I think they're not over ambitious. You know, obviously they're very basic compared to modern games, but modern games also have a lot of glitches because they are so ambitious. But this just keeps it simple. It's just a simple business management game that I am apparently awful at because we've just lost a lot of money. Probably more than we've made. But you know what? I still enjoy it. I might not be very good at it, but I like it. So what are we doing next time? We will be swatching? I was trying to say swapping and switching at the same time and ended up with swatching. So we're going to be swatching over from the UK railway set to an old stalwart favourite of mine. But of course I will reveal that in the next episode. It'll probably be a bit of a shorter series. I mean, this is what, part 33? 34? I don't know, it's up there somewhere. It's in the 30s. Because the next series will be starting in the 1900s, not the 1800s. So for those veteran OpenTTD players out there, you might know the set I'm referring to. But yeah, I want to go through, clear out the new GRF directory, update my version of OpenTTD. I'm pretty sure there's a new version out. We're 1.7, I think, in this one. Just do a fresh overhaul of the game to make sure I don't have any lingering dud new GRFs. because I have a lot I've downloaded to try out and then I've just sort of not ended up following through with. So I sort of want to clear it out and make sure I've only got ones in there that I want to use going forward. But yeah, we'll definitely be keeping this road vehicle set because I'm really loving these modern buses, mostly because they are money printers. There's another modern truck. That's fantastic. It is nice to have some modern road vehicles, and they're drawn in the style of the original TTD, which I really love. So what else? We're gonna stick with the mountainous theme. I like the terrain. A lot of OpenTTD videos I see on YouTube are basically flat maps, and 80% of the map ends up covered in railway track. Look, if you enjoy making that or enjoy watching it, more power to you. But it's not how I like playing the game. I like building something close to an approximation of real life. In fact, we're probably accurately representing real life because half our passenger trains cost us money. And, you know, that's exactly like any government-run railway, rather, in which the government is providing a service. You know, that's what the railway should be, a public service to keep trucks off the road and keep cars off the road and give people a way to get around, because not everyone can afford to run a car everywhere. I catch the bus to work, for example, save money there. So, you know, some of our passenger trains are losing money, but I see we're providing a community benefit. And is this bloke trying to ram the container ship out of the way, or is the container ship... No, the container ship's faster. He's just knocked him aside and pushed on through. And he lost us 100 grand last year, so you'd better be making a good payout here. Come on, come on, come on. Hey, yep, okay, yep. I love these containers, by the way. Gorgeous graphics, 100 grand. Okay, that's not to be sniffed at there. But yeah, so we've learned a lot of lessons in this part. So next time I do want to have dedicated mail stations set up in the big towns, because I think it's an opportunity for pretty stations, and we can have dedicated mail trains and valuables trains and blah-de-blah-de-blah. Why did we not set this up sooner? You just made us 175 grand. Oh, you're going to be the hero we put forward at the shareholders meeting when we say we're selling the company and retiring. Because I think it is time for Pheonix manager, who has not aged in the last 150, 200 years at all. Look at him, still as fresh as the day he started the company. But yes, it is. We've also wiped off like $6 million of company value. So yeah, it's time for Pheonix to retire as the head of Pheonix Transportation Proprietary Limited. Yeah, bittersweet day. You know, I think we've had a lot of fun in this series. I hope you've enjoyed watching the series. I thank you for sticking with it for all the parts. If you've only newly joined us this part, well, you can go back and watch the old episodes if you want, but you're really not missing much. No, I'm serious, you're not missing much at all. But I do hope you'll join me next week for the start of our new series, as we finish up watching this race between one of our mail trains, which is making us good money, and our coal train, which is also making us good money. We will try again with planes next time too, I promise. But until next time, I've been Pheonix. This has been OpenTTD with the UK Railway set. Thank you for your company, and I'll see you all next week. Later days. God, this really is a bottleneck now, isn't it? I really should have done something about this sooner.